I know that some of my colleagues before me have gotten at this, but I'm still curious. Mr. Joyner, how much total revenue does CVS Health report in 2023?
Just shy of $180 billion, I believe.
And how much of that total amount was attributable to Caremark?
Oh, the question was CVS Health?
Yeah, but then how much of that was attributable to Caremark?
So the Caremark revenues were just shy of $180 billion.
Thank you, Mr. Costner. How much total revenue did Evernorth Health Services report in 2023?
Congresswoman, I don't know the exact amount, but it's certainly within the filings that we provide. What I can say is...
Yeah, I believe it's $153.5 billion. How much of that total was attributable to Express Scripts?
So we don't report the Express Scripts segment on its own, so I couldn't provide that information.
Okay. Thank you. Dr. Conway, how much total revenue did United Health Group report in 2023? I'm sorry, Kent.
Sorry. I believe it was in the high 360 billion in terms of revenue for the whole group.
How much of that amount was attributable to Optum Rx?
116 billion was the revenue of Optum Rx last year.
So while your three companies earn billions, Americans continue to pay some of the highest costs for medications in the world. Last March, the Kaiser Family Foundation released data showing more than a quarter of adults said it was either somewhat or very difficult to afford prescription drugs. For people of color, 60% of Black respondents and 65% of Hispanic respondents reported difficulty affording health care. And this is despite your claims of negotiating significant rebates from drug manufacturers to lower drug prices. So to any of you, it appears that this system of rebates actually benefits the PBMs rather than the patients, as we've been talking about. How do you explain this discrepancy? Anyone? Dr. Conway.
So we compete in a market that is competing on lowest net cost to the customer, clinical programs, transparency, and choice. It's a highly competitive market. I've been in this role for about a year, and our retention rates are 98+% in Optum Rx. And within that market, we work each and every day to make drugs more affordable, to your point.
But they're not more affordable.
So as I mentioned earlier, we've got over 290 drugs now in a program we rolled up that is $0 or $5 copays, so less than $35, typically $0 and $5. I agree with you that we need to continue to work along with stakeholders across
Thank you.
the system,
Yeah, thank you for that.
Manufacturers to make it more affordable.
The chair now recognizes Ms. Lee from Pennsylvania.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. In southwestern Pennsylvania, we are deeply familiar with the consequences of concentrated corporate power in our healthcare systems. Whether it's a hospital system, a health insurance conglomerate, or both combined, the consequences of healthcare monopoly are always the same: higher costs, reduced access, and worsened health outcomes. And with health insurance companies like United Health, Cigna, and Aetna, it's evident that through their monopoly power, they've been able to rig our healthcare system to prioritize profits over patient health, capitalizing on each level of the drug supply chain to boost shareholder returns. Stick in there. Last year, Optum Rx's former CEO testified before the Senate Committee on Health, Labor, Education, and Pensions. She explained that some of your customers, quote, choose to compensate us for the savings we generate and the services we provide by opting for us to retain a small fraction of discounts we negotiate with pharmaceutical manufacturers. For companies that choose this compensation model, what percentage of the discount you negotiate with drug companies does Optum Rx retain on average?
The majority of customers choose 100% rebate pass-through. On average, across the entire book, it's 98% of rebates that are passed through to our customers.
Your former CEO stated that, quote, other customers prefer that we pass along 100% of the savings we negotiate. So on average, how do clients who choose this model pay Optum Rx as an administrative fee?
They have a set of choices in how they pay us. Some of them choose administrative fees. There's a set of options that we provide to them transparently that they select and how they reimburse us for our services.
It's clear that the savings you are claiming to be providing to patients are either woefully inadequate or not reaching them at all. I look forward to working with my colleagues to rein in PBM monopoly power and lower drug costs for all patients. And I thank you all for your time. I yield back.